Hey everyone, I wanted to get on here and show you how to clean old bottles and also how to clean your diffuser. So some of you guys have all sorts of ways of doing this, and the most common that I hear is you guys are you're taking your bottles apart, so you're with your hands, however you will. This is how I do it, so I just use the cap to pull that off. And you're getting the last few drops out, which you should, and then you're sticking this in like a bowl of hot soapy water. That's the most common way that I hear people are cleaning their old bottles out. And when you really think about that, try it. It actually doesn't work. What happens is the water gets in there and pushes the oils to the sidewalls. It kind of sticks it there and it leaves it there. So it's almost impossible to actually thoroughly clean out your old bottles doing it that way. So I'm going to tell you to do a different way, which is just rubbing alcohol. And all you would do is take your used bottles. This is why I don't do this, okay? Because I'm cheap, and I know this is cheap, but I'm not really I'm not interested in buying a ton of alcohol. So what you would do though is take your old empties and you can first clean them out with alcohol. So that means just you can even take a cotton swab. You can rinse them if you want, but that's not going to help. It's only going to it's going to make things worse. So don't put any water in there. Just, you can literally drip a few drops of alcohol in there. So it's in there. You can shake that up if you want to put the cap back on, or take a Q-tip and then clean that out. So use the Q-tip with alcohol. Scrub the sidewalls so you're getting the oil off. You need to use something like alcohol to scrub the oil off so it will release from the sidewalls. Then you can go ahead and soak it in hot water if you want. The reason you might do that is to help remove the label, if you want to remove the label. But honestly, the new labels come off really easy, and there's usually just a small amount of sticky residue, which you could then soak in hot water. But you have to consider what you're wanting these bottles for. So are you reusing them to make things? Then yeah, do that. But I like to keep the labels on so I know what was in there. And so then what I do, so all of my bottles stay with oils. It's never, meaning like there's some small amount of residuals in that bottle. It's never going to bother me, because what I'm going to do is when I decide to make some sort of blend, and let's say it has lavender in that synergy that I want to create, I'll grab a lavender bottle. Rather than having to go through the craziness of, my bottles are very clean. So some of your bottles are very messy and you need to clean them. But mine are very clean, and I don't get epithelials. I don't contaminate the oils, so I don't feel like I need to clean them because it's just pure fresh oil that might be a residual in there. And then I would add more lavender and lemon and peppermint if I was doing the Breathe blend. There's all sorts of blends that you would make, but that's why I typically don't clean out my bottles, but some of you want to know how. So when I do, that's what you would do. You would use rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip to clean out the sidewalls, get it kind of in there, and then dump that out and then soak it in hot water. And you can use soap if you want. It doesn't really matter, but at that point you're just trying to rinse out the alcohol. And then you let it dry, upside down, air dry. You can heat dry it if you want. Doesn't really matter. You can stick those all into your dishwasher. I wouldn't, because the dishwasher soap and residuals usually in there are not good, unless you're using the Thieves dishwasher soap. Okay, so moving on to how to clean this then. Just make sure, people ask all the time, like, how often should I be cleaning this? And it's kind of probably most of ours dirty little secret that we don't clean it as often as we should. Now, the company always says you clean your diffusers every time you put new oil in, right? That would be every day. I'm way too tired at the end of the night to do that, so I don't do that. What I do is I pretty much use the same oil all the time. I'm not changing out different flavors. Occasionally I do, but if you are somebody who likes to change out your diffuser all the time, I have a diffuser in every single room in my house. So for me, it's usually the same blend in that space because I'm needing it for that kind of thing that I'm using it for. But I don't mind that there's black spruce in the bottom of this from last night, because I'll put black spruce in it tonight, and I might spike it with lavender. Who knows? It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to dump that tiny little extra. I usually pop that in the morning to get that leftover. But if I was going to clean this, which I do usually once a month, sorry, I know most of you guys should be getting in the habit of doing it. If you're changing out oils all the time, you want to clean this out once a week at minimum, okay? It actually, honestly, if you do clean yours out more often than not, your diffuser pad down there, the panel that kind of pops up and down that helps create that fine ultrasonic mist, will actually last longer if you clean it more. So what you're going to want to do, dump whatever in here. Don't worry about water. Remember, we don't care about water at this point. You're going to put rubbing alcohol. I actually will dump about 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol in here, maybe 2 tablespoons, about the same. And then I'll take some sort of scrubbing tool. So whether it's what was provided, this was the one that comes with the bamboo diffuser, or if it's the little crappy one that came with this one, which I hate and is in the trash, you can use that, but it's just a little bit, that one's really like soppy. You guys know. So just, you know, get something that you can scrub, and then you need to like scrub the sidewalls. I think people don't realize that. You need to scrub even up in here. Now you're not supposed to get water. Most diffusers have like this intake hole here. It's basically your air inlet hole. You don't want to get water in there, so just be cautious. Like when you're cleaning around here, just don't be like, you know, but you're pulling up the alcohol that's in there, and you're cleaning this whole thing, and then you're cleaning this too. It's totally fine for you to be like going at it there, because you want to get that nice and clean. And we're just, this would be have some alcohol in it, and I'm just scrubbing away. Once I do that, I dump it, and then you can rinse it. Again, being cautious of your air intake hole. But you can then rinse that water, and then let it dry, and then you're ready to go to use it the next time you want to use it. So rubbing alcohol is your friend for this stuff, cleaning out bottles, diffusers. Don't think that hot soapy water is going to do the trick. I think a lot of you guys think that. Those of you who have done it, you might have wondered, like, why does the bottle still look kind of greasy inside? It's because the oil is still in there. It's not greasy, it's just oil sticking to the sidewalls. Okay, so I know, right? We're all like ashamed. It's like our dirty laundry. Like, you know, your diffusers look like crap when you open them up, but they work. So, although some of them don't. You know, I have one bamboo diffuser, sadly, that is on its last leg, and it's probably just because I didn't clean it as much as I should have. So do try to get in the habit of at least once a week to clean your diffusers. As far as your oil bottles, watch the replay, because I did talk about why I don't clean my oil bottles. And if you do want to clean your oil bottles because you're using them for something very specific that isn't the same oil that was in it, then follow my instructions on that as well. Okay, thanks you guys. Just wanted to give you a fun, quick, easy update, because this was a question that came up and I thought that's an easy one. And I will see you guys some more this week. We're just going to do some fun, random little sessions this week. So feel free to invite your friends. Again, my name is Jen O'Sullivan, or I guess I didn't say that in this video, but you guys know who I am by now. If you're new, there's tons of information in this group. You can hit the search bar and literally type in anything you're interested in, and I'm pretty sure something will come up. This group has a ton of information. Just search for it. If you comment on it, it will push it to the top. We all know how Facebook works, but just know that the most the funner posts have been pushed to the top. But I laugh sometimes because some things that are old come up, and I'm thinking, oh, that was a good one. How come nobody saw that one? So honestly, take some time and peruse this site. Just scroll down through and see what you're interested in, and have at it. And if you think it's super cool and interesting, and you want to like get the conversation started, just say, hey, let's start this up again. All right. You're welcome, you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.